The stuff being connected. There we go. We're on. Big time ballin'. Pop, pop, pop. All right. Let me make sure my Overwatch fucking loot is still being gathered with this mute. I sure am. That's what we like to say.
That's absurd that that's spaced like that. That is so ridiculous.
Oh shit, wait.
Come on. That's absurd that that's spaced like that. That is so ridiculous.
Oh. 3, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh my goodness gracious. That was just gorgeous. Sonic content. Welcome, welcome. Oh. Mark, welcome, welcome. Zion, Zio, welcome, welcome. God damn. Earl, welcome, welcome. That was a good clip. I love when it says that shit. Because I just refresh and then it gives me the clip. Okay, so that's one. As long as it's not tabs, let's do this. Let's hope to God that this helps.
Like legit sweep into like the Samus one too, if you ever were playing a Mark.
Cool frame tipper. The fuck? What actually just happened? Sorry about that, y'all. That was very weird.
Like constantly C3 stocks. But I will promise you, unless the person is genuinely just empathy, that third stock is going to be so ghoulish in one way or another that like it'll show.
Bro, the clips being saved right now are not happy. I don't know what the hell's going on there. I'm gonna look up if you can. Samba, welcome, welcome. Simply David 20 with the follow over on Twitch. Thank you so freaking much. That means the world. I hope you're having a splendid Sunday. The clips are finally working. All for naught. No.
No, it wasn't true. I'm a fan of it a lot. Yeah, this.
Oh, the Falcone has it.
No.
My Falcone still sure as hell has it. Daniel Pereira, welcome. Just letting y'all know I'm live on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. So if you're wondering who the hell is this guy talking to, a very high likelihood that I am on one of those.
No, it wasn't true. I'm a fan of it a lot. Yeah, this. Mega Koopa. It looked like I stopped you from going to ledge with that. That was fucked up.
Oh god, not my Bowser Jr., bro. This dude has war crime like rap sheets. Let me know.
We have not.
If a ditto is clipped at the beginning, there is something beautiful to behold. That's all I know. The knees of justice that I don't mean to be doing look hilarious here, by the way. Both of those knees I did not mean to do, but it'd be like that. I feel bad clipping something I didn't. Wait, what?
Only because that was 30 seconds, I'm pretty sure.
No, yo, okay, that match doesn't even count, bro. That's
I just didn't know if I was going in front of that shit. Oh, there's like a mirror. What do you mean video game?
I wanted it.
Holy shit. I want to get the other shit.
oh.
Oh.
Excuse me, it was my chair, I swear.
Oh.
Oh shit, these are the online games.
I think I just up air him over and over. I'm rolling. Jump.
That's probably one of my favorite clips I have because I know that like I could probably get that multiple times on somebody. That's messed up, but I love it.
Jump. Jump.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
Bo is so cocky with this Arsene too. Oh my god. You're insufferable. You're insufferable.
I don't have the clip of me stalling him out to Kingdom Come. And realistically, I probably should look for it, but
There's a ban system, right? Like I'm lost.
I don't care, bro.
No, like I'm begging you. I'm begging you, right? Like, cause like, there's no way. There's a ban system, right? Like I'm lost.
this might be my favorite clip.
Oh, please keep going. That permanently. The four little people. I'm begging. Right? Actually, just.
And I have a 1 and 8 map, and it's negative.
He's
two
just
negative
going
details, so
crazy. He's genuinely just going
What do I
insane.
play? I mean, bro, it's obviously on his end, bro.
Okay, so he's actually just gone. He's very not there.
It's on his end, bro. It's like so obviously on his end, and it's free. But
So
I don't
he
know.
is right. You know, there's a ban system, right? Like I'm lost.
I don't care, bro. I don't
No, like I'm begging you. I'm begging you, right? Like, cause like, there's no way. You're tabbing for everything but the four little people that you could see we can't play, and you said both of them unironically. Shut the fuck up permanently. If it wasn't
wait.
obvious before, thank you so much for a clip. Oh,
For a clip?
oh, please keep going. That I don't.
Bro,
I don't want
negative.
to.
Put that in the clip. Tell your clip to hold tab, bro.
I'm holding it, bro. I don't think I was. I'm holding
Does it not show banned heroes?
You were
it.
Diamond 2 last season. Like, you were dead ass
Oh shit! Did I have like
I don't even know
11
how I'm in the
games
fucking
last
lobby,
game?
bro. I got like straight Diamond players who are fresh on Masters because this season's dog shit.
Nobody's defending or aiding you. You can continue. The Emery apparently going 5 and 7 sucks less because he did 1,000 more damage than me. With an ult that's like God. Sorry, I don't mean to make a game insta tilt, but like this dude got mad,
No, you're
mad.
good, bro. I mean, like, he's tilting at us for picking characters and wants us to pick ones that aren't even like able to pick.
That felt fake.
I actually thought he was trying to rage bait me.
Yeah.
That felt unreal.
There's no way. You're tabbing for everything.
I have bands not visible, dude. Oh man. That sucks.
Killed another person. Killed their Mercy.
You're going crazy? It's just you and Genji, though.
I just tagged their fucking Malga's family. Coming in.
Genji's low.
Tag the Malgus
I tagged him. He's one.
Got him.
Sierra silliness.
expected. Shout out this throw being a hit too. No! I thought I'd...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this will be the 7th to call it for today. And then we'll make sure we really clip tomorrow. But I'm excited because I know tomorrow's clips are gonna be very, very clean.
No! I thought I'd...
All right, let's pull up DaVinci and we'll get underway. Hope y'all are having a great morning. I crashed my DaVinci accidentally pressing cloud. Sounds about right. Bam, 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 bam. All right, let's do this. All right, copy to stuff, paste. Yo, you scared for day 2 of work? I believe in you, John. You got this shit. If you already got through one day, that means it was very, very doable. Trust, I would murk to swap spots with you right now. Have you edit my stuff? No. Wait, what did I just read? I just read that Pokemon Go actually has drops on Twitch right now. The fuck?
I know Shiny Bastiodon is one of Go Battle League Trainer's favorites, and we went lucky. Oh my gosh, look at this. Lucky trade in the Fossil Museum. All right, Gabby, how did it go?
Not that bad. Not that bad.
Gold bottle cap candidate.
For sure, for sure. Thank you, Speedy. This really means a lot.
Thanks, Gabby. Let's get back to those AR photos.
Nah, I definitely understand that, John. Okay, I'm gonna somehow try to keep up 2 Twitch streams that I want to get drops for. we will we will do our best. Let's see how doable this is. Okay, I am connected. I gotta take a shit so bad. I'm speedrunning. I am fascinated by how they're gonna have an inventory for Pokemon Go too. This is wild. Oh, is it considering my time on the Overwatch stream? Because if so, that's hilarious. Hopefully that fixes. I am not sure. Here, let's just pull it up on my phone. All right, I have it up, so I'm pretty sure I'll be good to go. Okay, that's the third post. We just gotta actually upload that one. Sorry if y'all can hear it like ever so slightly. Slowly but surely, John, you'll eventually have a position that'll allow that. That's what I've always learned in life. People that work hard like you do will eventually just fall into a position that they genuinely didn't know that they would get for some time. Oh, that I goofed these two? I did. Post one. I might as well let them all post. No reason not to. Right? Second post. Okay. We just wait for the third and over balling. Oh, it does say the Overwatch one is in progress. Hold up. If I mute this. And if I go back to this. Okay. This should be giving me it. Okay, that's 3. I don't know if I can watch in 2 places to get faster progress, but we're about to find out. If it is a thing, we're about to take advantage of it.
It's kind of hard.
Okay. We're finally not lagging out mentally. I don't know what happened there. That was funny.
No, absolutely. The incense, the rare candy XL, as well as a Lucky X. Basically, everything you need to get started. So if you're a longtime Pokemon Go player and maybe you have a friend who's never played the game, if they get started for the very first time and get those Twitch drops, they're off to a running start. They can jump right into the World Fest. And you can also give them your referral code so that you get a little bonus. Just saying, hey everybody, I give my referral. Well,
Yeah, no, this is not worth these items.
6 Fest here, 10th anniversary of our game. But speaking of iconic, you got to speak with a very iconic.
Well, that answers my question. I want to go back to the Overwatch one. I don't give a shit about that. I thought it was gonna give me like mega goodies, but nope. You never know if you don't go, you never try. Final clip, and then I am going to BRB super fast. And then when I get back, it's gonna be a blast. Now, TikTok. All right. I'm gonna put some OWCS up, and I will be right back.
To do something about him. It's just these two firing back at each other, but QRX2 comes up with 4. Everybody falling to the Cassidy as Germany
That's nuts.
hold on.
That might be round. That was GBL's big ultimate investment fight. If they're able to finish off this map, it will be off of clutch picks alone. And Germany being too far forward. and
Alright,
overconfident, but like
I'm
they'll
gonna
just do
go
a couple of
use the
shots
restroom. I'll be
without
right
being
back.
able to sit in and tax GBR's time bank yet
Y'all
again
don't go
more to force
anywhere.
the issue
Love
with
y'all.
OT.
Guys out, trying to force them back. I mean, OT is a very real concern for Great Britain. In fact, they don't finish this
Yeah.
with time on the clock.
I mean, Germany are just not doing a lot of poke as well, which means that Kiwi's not boarding up to rush. QRXU trying to take advantage of GBR panicking, not clearing out their angles, but Kai finds
Oh my
him
God.
with the disruptor, but QRXU does one better, takes out Maimon.
This guy is just too good. The clutch potential from Germany's hit scan player. QRXU is unstoppable. XXJ lending a helping hand and cleaning up the rest of Great Britain. And a sentence I wouldn't think I would be saying today. Germany are going up to match point.
A series for the ages. Like, even though it's seeding on the line, you can tell it's so much more. Like, Germany, I think a lot of people just did not expect to be able to keep pace with Great Britain, right? When all of the rumblings was going on, power rankings wise, everyone was saying, like, GBR's so far ahead. Who is going to be able to shut them down? Will it happen in their group stages, or will it have to wait until we sort of mix and match some of the other regions in? And it looks like Germany have the skill and then some to be able to keep pace with this team. QRXU 14.4k damage on the cast, 30 and 4. SXJ as well, I think, deserves massive props to the amount of time he was able to take from the side of Great Britain, just forcing them to have to turn around, look at where the Tracer is playing, split the attention because you're so worried about your backline being sniped.
This is the map, QRXU, and no doubt about it, and it really found himself there on the Cassidy, and a map that, again, Great Britain picked, or excuse me, Germany picks, will manage to go their way, even with that Sigma ban, and that to me raises some red flags. I mean, plays like this, like, you're just not expecting the unpredictability out of Germany. Their understanding of how to play the payload, how to play the time bank is just so far and above every other team in their group.
Well, it's also the fact that you get Kai with OC in hand, right? So if you don't get that kill onto Sojourn, Great Britain for sure are pushing forward with the OC when they know there's no support ultimates to be able to stop it, and Street's phase goes a very different
the grind don't stop, we're back. Nick is staying so perfectly still I can't see him.
Alright, alright. No, what happened? I popped my invids. What happened to the player? No. My drops. Sorry, I heard this song and I thought of just the most bungus shit.
There's no other way to put this. The player is, well, it's gone.
Vacation that changes everything. Universal Orlando Resort.
The player. It's over. Burr, burr, burr.
Take driving very seriously. Yeah, well, that's what Progressive Snapshot is for. Personalized discounts so that safe drivers don't have to pay for bad drivers' mistakes. Are you saying I'm a bad driver? I'm a great driver. This isn't Mom's house. I have a date. We're celebrating your birthday. Oh, I love that for you.
Last night was fun as hell. Didn't even realize I went to bed at 3 a.m.
No, dead ass. I'm in your same boat. Shit was a vibe and then some. I'm like 99% sure this is supposed to go on for a lot longer. Let me make sure. Yeah. We still got, let's see. Completed June 6th. None of these look like they're gonna happen yet. Hold up. Dude, this is cool. Big fan. I want to co-stream this, but I do plan on going to zombies here soon, so I can get my run going. My GOAT MC Zombie Slayer, the one that's got the record now, is in the 700s, and I need to catch up. Gotta catch up. Not literally, it's not possible, but I do a pretty good job. What's he at right now? Let's see.
Sure, if you had another Chicago town pizza.
Wait. He's on this high of a round with only 282,000 scrap.
Shit, what? To be honest with you, I'm fucking Poconos.
Oh, that's smart. I didn't even think about that. The Ion Core is literally an insta-kill. With insta?
Whoa, Bleach?
Can I skip it, please, MC? Can I skip it?
No! What the fuck? There's a Bleach game? Oh, it's lagging like crazy though. What the fuck is this? Is it? Wait, is this even a game? Is this a new fucking season?
Yeah, I don't care. We'll slowly change titles right now. I want to make sure everything is working perfect. All right, updated titles. It's yogurt. Welcome, welcome. I'm actually eating yogurt. I ain't gonna lie, I really, really like their fucking comic and like media series. I'll be the first to say it. Bro, why do they have, like... Oh my god, yeah, they just put it at an hour wait. What? Look at that. Alright, I'm gonna go clean out my yogurt bowl and then we're gonna resume our high round. Alright. The best part is y'all don't even have to watch it. I'm gonna have you guys watch some heat. Whip, 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 whip. Alright. Putting on my medicine. Oh, almost ran over my toe. Oh. Dude, I can't wait till the temp goes down a little. It's out on a walk. Oh. All right, let's see what content.
I felt that I hate the summertime.
This is so nasty. So nasty. Blah, blah, blah.
Animal to another, Winston is the
I like
first
all
ever
the other
hero to
seasons,
receive
it's
an
just it's
exclusive
always hot and
BlizzCon
muggy and
skin
miserable.
way back in 2016.
That's
It's also one of the rarest skins in the game. While Winston builds a new team, Orisa is built to protect.
Wait, what?
Rarest skins in the game. Blizz modified and hamster equivalent of a 400-year-old man. From one genetically modified animal to another, Winston is the first ever hero to receive an exclusive BlizzCon skin way back in 2016. It's also one of the rarest skins in the game. While Winston builds a new team, Orisa is built to protect. Orisa is currently the youngest hero in the entire game at 1 month old. This means she might start showing signs of acknowledging familiar sounds soon. Reinhardt's design and abilities are a shoot-off from the Juggernaut class that was supposed to be in Project Titan, which is the game that Overwatch originally was before Project Titan failed and became Overwatch. Zarya's alien skin is quite possibly the rarest skin in the entire game. It will likely never...
Wait, we gotta watch this for a sec. So y'all know why. Because I remember I brought this up and I told you guys, and you might be like, okay, what is he talking about now? This
I told you I was right. But we'll let this explain real quick.
Alien skin only was before Project Titan failed and became Overwatch. Zarya's alien skin is quite possibly the rarest skin in the entire game. It will likely never be made available again because of its ties to redacted Overwatch player. Pharah hasn't gotten a new.
We all very much dislike you, redacted Overwatch player. You weren't even that good. Alright. I have to bitch.
New highlight intro since 2017 during the Summer Games event. She has only ever received 2 intros since Overwatch launched. Please, Blizzard, give us more Pharah highlight
That's
intros.
wild.
They're all so lame. According to the wiki, Reaper's favorite basketball team is canonically the LA Lakers. I don't care about sports, but pretend I had some snide comment to say about that. Soldier 76 started as a comic character created by Chris Metzen way before Overwatch was even an idea in the late 90s, early 2000s. Metzen later pitched the idea for Soldier 76 as an Overwatch hero and has a pretty similar design as the original
Yeah,
character
I
made
heard about
decades
this
ago.
coming out. A Panzer Soldat skin. Obviously, I don't live and die by any skins, but are we dead ass? Where did... I wish I had something that looked this good when I was getting one. Goddamn. They look cool. What is this? Why? Okay. Oh. Yeah, let's get the video one paused, but let's prep a rocket sloth video. No reason not to. I lied. We play obscurities. I love this guy. Oh, I heard about this.
Hey, it's Nick Jonas. Check out my... The Smash organizer Last has come back with legal action against the organizers following abuse accusations. I covered Georgia Smash's statement 3 weeks ago. I'll link that video in the description and also put a little click up here to go watch that. And what did I say? They made their statement within 3 days of being alerted of the accusations, and now they're dropping a statement where they admit to not investigating at all, taking it completely at face value because they were threatened with a lawsuit, which anyone with a fucking brain could see that this would happen. This has happened in the past, and I'm amazed that it just keeps happening. So Georgia Smash released a statement regarding Ryan Last Critchbomb. Also, you guys can feel free to still send me information on this case, and I'll revert that to my twin, and we'll do a full video on this. Last, reach out to me, dog, and I will talk about this. Any of the anonymous victims, reach out to me. To Ryan Last Critchbomb, we apologize for any undeserved inconvenience and seek to alleviate any undue harm, professional or otherwise, that may have occurred as a result of our actions. We regret the outcomes you have suffered as a result of our lack of foresight, due diligence, and inability to properly investigate these claims. We withdraw... Oh, this is so awesome to read. We withdraw our previous statement in the retracted post as advised by your counsel. I love when they're legally required to admit that they're incompetent. To Team Liquid / Axiomatic Gaming and Chess.com, these are all things that I believe he was involved in. We did not intend for Mr. Critchbaum to incur undeservedly significant professional and reputational ongoing harm, as the letter we received from Mr. Critchbaum's attorney states. We request that a representative from your organizations contact us. We are happy to discuss this matter privately with your representatives. On Saturday, May 23rd, 2026, members of Georgia Smash Moderation, as well as tournament organizers unaffiliated with the organization, received letters from Jimeen Hagler of Hagler Law Firm on behalf of Ryan. The contents of the letter stated that the allegations provided to us were largely unsubstantiated and categorically false. Professionally, this is what you're supposed to do. Actually, you can't play our games anymore because you raped. You don't make a whole ass document the same day and say, nuh-uh, fuck you guys. Because that would affect your legal case, right? You come out with the big guns, you get a lawyer, and you get them to retract their statements, and that's exactly what these guys did. They're a whole organization. This is multiple people. Last is just one dude. And you don't make that much in esports to begin with. I imagine Last must have been doing, fairly well for himself. You're telling me that a whole group of Georgian Smash players can't fund enough money to respond to this or aren't smart enough to have some kind of retort and defend themselves? They legit caved in less than a month. This is pathetic. Why even make your original stance and say, oh, we recommend that all these other organizations follow our decision if you know that you didn't investigate it at all? Like, it's so pathetic. Because Georgia Smash is an informal association of community moderators, the claims brought to us alleging Mr. Critchbaum's misconduct were not extensively investigated and were taken at face value.
A joke.
Let's break that down for a second. They're saying
That's a
that
joke.
because they're an informal group of volunteers,
They can be
essentially,
wrong.
They didn't investigate. What they're really saying is because they're not getting paid to do it, they don't actually care about the allegations. If you care about your community, you care about community members, what's going on, the safety of the people in your community, why would you not investigate it? There's no curiosity going on there. You just want to be done with it as quick as possible because it's not your fucking problem to deal with, right? Let's just go have some fucking YouTuber talk about it. Let's just go call this guy a rapist and call it a day, right? That's how they handle their problems. And then they want you to actually believe that they care about things like rape, pedophilia, when they will make a decision like that over a Discord call and move on with their day and pretend like none of these people's lives actually matter. Let's keep reading. Since the publication of our initial statement, Mr. Critchbaum admitted to an incident in 2023 that led to his being uninvited from an event, which I'm assuming is one. It's not really.
I like games that are never coming out. That sounds good.
We Play is a game which 90%
But
of its players only
if-
cared about because
if
it came
you
with a
don't
new
know.
mode, or because it had the silly tanks game. However, We Play, as well as its sequel, We Play Motion, have a plethora of obscure facts that can be found within them.
Damn, that
Start this
intro went a
video
little
off, I
hard.
want to talk about this guy. Who even was this? Well, this blue man,
I
which
love
is
him.
what I'll be referring to him
I
as,
love that
was
guy.
a placeholder model for the player's Mii character.
My favorite
This
guy.
model goes unused in the final game, but can be activated in the charge minigame using mods, seeing as it's left over in the game's files. When implementing it back into gameplay, the Mii on top of the cow is completely stagnant, which is different from the Miis in the final version of Charge, where they have little animated movements in their bodies and legs when jumping. While it's definitely not the exact same model, this blue guy is very similar to another fully blue Mii model which was seen in the 2006 demo showcase of tennis. When Miyamoto,
Why was he so loud in my ear? Why'd he whisper that to me?
Just wanted to hear about
Hey,
Smash
Jerome,
Bros. One of the Miis in their game was completely blue with a question mark on its face and a crown on its head. I'm not sure why they even used this placeholder Mii when Reggie and Miyamoto had their own perfectly working Mii characters.
Yep.
It's neat to look at nonetheless. Moving on from Blue Man, I wanted to talk about the Find Me minigame.
Dude, same with the V. Why did it do that?
One of the biggest discoveries is a set of
Is there... Is there... Do we have, like, any logic to that? They're not even gonna... They ain't even gonna fucking explain themselves. That is cookie work. Absolute kooky work. About to give me a goddamn heart attack. Let me make sure I get into the spot before I unpause this video. Whee! Bro, it keeps lagging. Stop. Please. I can't tell if it's already happened or not. If she's like coming down here. I don't think so. Gotta go back. Hunter killer. Game, I am begging you to... God bless. But insta. Bro, please. I hope I don't just sound like a spurred right now and y'all can actually see it. Please get it. Was that enough? Yes! That was perfect. Now this should be... Yep. What am I supposed to do? This is giving me too much stress. I need this lag to fucking stop. It's just like hard freezing randomly, and it's not a fun time. Can the round just be over? I'm just gonna keep spamming mutants this round. I'm not risking that. You got me fucked up. Laggy ass game. Forgot how good the ion core is. There we go, that's around. Okay. If I minimize. Go bye-bye for that.
Set of completely unused objectives. 5 unused challenge types exist in total. 3 of them revolve around a theme of sleeping Miis, with objectives titled Find the Insomniac, Find 2 Insomniacs, and Find 3 Insomniacs. In these stages, nearly every Mii is asleep, while 1, 2, or 3 Miis remain awake. Your goal is to identify the awake Miis hidden among the sleeping crowd. Another unused objective is a modified version of Find This Mii. Normally, the game prioritizes Miis from your own Mii Plaza, but in this unused variation, the target Mii is always randomized regardless of how many Miis you have saved. There's also one final unused objective with no name at all. It behaves similarly to Find the Odd One Out, except the Mii's heads never move. In the finished game, Miis react when you select them correctly or incorrectly, but in this version, their heads stay completely still no matter what happens. Unused behavior data was also discovered for an alternate version of the walking Find the Odd Me Out stage. Instead of slowly walking, the Miis will all jog across the screen. This mechanic is fully functional, but it never appears in gameplay. Another unused feature involves camera zooming. Every Find Me stage contains values for both maximum zoom in and maximum zoom out distances. However, in every ship stage, both values are set to the exact same number, effectively disabling this feature entirely. Despite this, the game's text files still contain a leftover instruction that reads, "Move the Wii remote to zoom," suggesting that a zooming mechanic was once planned for active use. Finally, there's some leftover multiplayer scoring data. Since Find Me's 2-player mode only uses challenges with exactly 3 correct answers, the point values +1 and +7 never appear during normal gameplay, leaving those scores completely unused. There's also this weird visual which can be triggered by messing with some of the minigame's data and, neat. Next up, I want to talk about something which actually never made it to Wii Play at all, that being a completely cut minigame called Obstacle Course. In Obstacle Course, which is a prototype of Wii Play's Pose Me minigame, you would move and rotate your Mii in order to dodge obstacles and collect points in an auto-scroller level. While the controls and a few animations remain the same for the final version, Pose Me does not have obstacles or coins, isn't set in an auto-scroller, and doesn't have a goal object. This minigame was ultimately cut because Wii Sports was given more priority time, so the developers, who worked on both projects at the time, weren't able to finish Obstacle Course. This minigame, however, served as the base for Wii Fit's balance bubble minigame. The fact that some files, such as Mii animations and models related to Pose Mii and Balance Bubble are prefixed with IRA in their file names also suggests this. Some of these can still be found in WePlay's files too. Most interestingly, these animations, which originally were seen on the E3 Mii models, now working with actual released Mii models. Alongside Obstacle Course, the shooting range and table tennis minigames were also both shown off at E3 2006 as playable demos, where they don't really differ from their final versions all too much. The shooting range demo didn't have Mii's present in it, so the UFO portion of this minigame simply has you shooting the UFOs, and they weren't trying to abduct a bunch of Mii's. Table tennis is practically the same as it appeared in the final release of WePlay, although the Mii's in the crowd used those weird E3 models and not the actual Mii models that we've come to know. There was also some sort of bird minigame developed for WePlay, however development for this minigame was abandoned for the same reason that Obstacle Course was cut, that being that the devs just didn't have enough time. There is no footage of this minigame or any related data left over in WePlay's files. However, it was stated that this bird minigame was turned into the balloon trip minigame from Nintendo Land, so I'd assume it played pretty similarly to that. Something else related to WePlay's E3 appearance that can be found in the files are a handful of unused clothing which can be reactivated using mods. There are these unused clothing models for players 3 and 4, as well as this tuxedo outfit which was originally used in the Wii Music Orchestra E3 demo. There's also these weirdly textured boxing models which were left over from Wii Sports, and lastly there's this model with some full pants, which I think is related to Obstacle Course. Alright, enough E3 talk. Next I want to discuss WePlay's strange regional differences. To begin, I want to show you WePlay's box art in North America. Pretty cool, pretty straightforward, it's got screenshots of some of the minigames. It's very reminiscent of the Wii Sports box from every region aside from Japan. Japan's Wii Sports box art was much more simple and white compared to the box art from the other regions. And with WePlay, this same idea was carried over. The European box art for WePlay was kinda similar to the North American one, keeping the same logo while having some new drawings on the cover. However, Japan's entire aesthetic was just completely different. Not only did it have those little cartoon drawings, but it also sports a completely different logo, now being green rather than orange. I've always thought of WePlay as the signature orange Wii series game, and Wii Fit as the signature green one, but it appears that Japanese players probably knew WePlay and Wii Fit as the green ones. Korea also uses this same green logo, just having Korean text now on it rather than Japanese. Inside of the games themselves, as well as on the save data banners, these same green logos are used. It's really interesting to look at just how differently WePlay was marketed over in Asia.
Not dealing.
Because, like, green? Also,
Not
WePlay's
dealing
name
with
in
that.
Japan and Korea translates to first time with Wii, which I always thought was a little odd because, like, wasn't Wii Sports everyone's first time with Wii? Come to find out, after a quick Google search, Wii Sports wasn't actually a pack-in launch title in Japan, so I suppose some people may have picked this game up as their first experience with the console. Man, that's gotta suck. I would hate having Wii Play as my first game rather than Wii Sports. Shit, if I just spent 25,000 yen on a game console all for this at launch, hell, I might just go return the thing. Anyway, moving on, I want to talk about Charge once again, this time because the minigame actually had a handful of unused maps which can be reactivated and played on. Starting with the first unused map, this one is in the files under the name Cowfield 01. Immediately you can tell that, wow, that shit is unfinished. There's practically nothing even going on with this map, it's kinda just a big stretch of green grass. There are some hurdles to jump, some buggy scarecrows you can knock over, and also a dirt path which you never even follow. Overall, this map kinda looks liminal almost. And I know how much of a buzzword the term liminal has become, but like look at this. It's at the very least kinda off-putting. The next unused map was Cowfield 02, which is the exact same as Cowfield 01, except it supports 2 players because Charge did have a versus mode, believe it or not. Moving on to Cowfield 03, this map is practically the same as Cowfield 01, the only differences being some alternate scarecrow placements and a slightly different path. Following the same pattern with Cowfields 01 and 02, 04 uses the same map as 03, only now it supports 2 starting points because of the whole multiplayer mode. The next unused map is actually kinda different, breaking the whole numbered Cowfield naming scheme, this time being called Cow Knitfield. How interesting. This field, as the name would suggest, was completely knitted and has a unique design compared to what the final game saw. This is probably the least buggy out of all of the unused maps. The final cut map was called Cowfield 2P, which stood for 2-player. This is an absurdly long map that just goes on, and I'm not entirely sure what this map would have been used for, but maybe there could have been an alternate 2-player mode in the works before the final one was settled on. Because the map was so long, I'm assuming that this could have been used for a mode where you compete against a friend to knock down the most scarecrows and rack up the most points, but I guess we'll never know for sure. While we're still on the topic of Charge, did you know that Smash Brawl actually has a unique rendition of the Charge background music which would play on the PictoChat stage? This is the only piece of music related to Wii Play which ever appeared in the Smash series of games, which is kinda weird considering Charge has some of the weakest music in the whole game. Anyways, to close off the Wii Play segment of this video, I'll throw you another obscurity that technically wasn't found in Wii Play, but it relates to the game, so like, it's close enough. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, which is a game I highly doubt any of you have played, and if you did, I know your ass wants those $10 back, has a very interesting reference to Wii Play, that being through one singular image. But yeah, that's gonna do it for Wii Play's obscurities and strange facts. Now let's move on to the other Wii Play, that being Wii Play Motion. So yes, Wii Play Motion had a lot of obscurities hidden within it too. The most interesting of them all being 3 whole minigames which were cut from the final release of the game. The first of these 3 was an unused unicycle minigame called Looney Cycle. Fun fact about this one, it was actually sorta included in the final release of Wii Play Motion, albeit in a very dumbed down way. After completing a certain portion of the game, you can unlock this short unicycle minigame if you wait on the title screen for long enough. It's not very in-depth, and you only really ride across a short, thin pathway, but it's neat nonetheless. I've always been more intrigued by whatever the land below it is. Where is this? What is this depicting? What is up with that endless green field in the distance? It almost kind of evokes a nostalgic feeling when looking at it. Alright, anyway, Looney Cycle was not intended to be a hidden title screen minigame, and was rather developed first as an inclusion to the base game with entire stages. In an Iwata Asks interview from 2011, developers of Wii Play Motion revealed some very cool information about the game.
And we made Unicycle for the final game, but unfortunately it didn't make it in as a minigame. But the person in charge of Nintendo stuck with it and left it as a hidden surprise.
It was about time to create the master ROM, and finishing up 2 at the same time was difficult. So I asked them to focus on Treasure Court.
We kept it a secret from Takahashi-san, but even as Mitchell concentrated on Treasure Tour, they continued making Unicycle behind the scenes. It came together in a nice compact way, so we decided to include it as a hidden element.
So for the actual minigame, the controls were relatively simple. You hold the Wii Remote sideways and sort of pedal it to move forward through stages full of hazards and balloons which you are meant to pop. Starting with level 1, the tutorial level, this is a very linear, grassy level with a big grassy slide and some logs to jump over. The tutorial works, but it's definitely unfinished and pretty barren. Level 2 is simply a level with some conveyor belts and grass slides, not very difficult, nor is it very notable. Level 3, however, is another level with some conveyor belts and grass slides, although there's a weird glitch preventing you from completing it. Specifically, there's a spot in a conveyor belt where you need to make a 180-degree turn, and the game prevents you from doing so you're basically just soft-locked here and you can't play the rest of the level. Level 4
Maybe
follows
Twitch
a clockwise
was
downward
the...
spiral featuring lots of grassy hills to slide down. There's also 3 places where
I
you
thought
can pick
Twitch was the
one of
problem.
3 unique paths. Or at least, that's the apparent intention. Only the first split path section actually works properly though. For the second and third path splits, you can't use them.
What's good, AJ?
Relax collision and you'll just fall right through it. Level 5 seems to be a copy of the level seen in the final title screen demo version of Looney Cycle. It's a very linear level with many thin bridges and wrecking balls to avoid. Next up we have level 900, and yes I know we just jumped from 5 to 900, but I don't know, don't shoot me, I'm not the developers. This seems like a testing stage for the devs since it really doesn't look anything like the others. I suppose that could also maybe explain the extremely different file name. This stage is simply a square field with walls on all sides and a curvy road to follow with lots of balloons. Overall, I kinda like Looney Cycle. I think that if it was actually finished, it could have been more enjoyable than like half the minigames in the final version of Wii Play Motion. This reminds me a lot of the obstacle course minigame from Wii Fit. In fact,
This lag is a joke. I'm pausing everything. Like, nothing can be up. Why is it so bad right now? I don't trust not having a thingy at all. You gonna not lag for me, please? Nope. It just like actually chunk pauses. I have nothing I can do. Outside of, I think my PC just giving the fuck out right now. Very, very good. I might need to restart. It'll just randomly freeze. Okay, I grabbed it at least. Okay, that is round. Like, okay, honest question. When that just happened, do y'all get lag in my stream? Because if so, I 100% need to restart. Because that seems bad. No?
NSH. Nah.
Why is it doing this, man? How fast was that up, by the way, y'all? Could any of y'all see this down here fast enough? If so, I'll
WYM.
I pressed show password.
My BIM kinda busy.
No, you're totally good.
Fit you, but instead they went with salsa dancing. Alright, moving on to the second unused minigame. This one is internally codenamed MG122, and it was a very rudimentary rhythm game taking place in a circus. The Wii Remote is held sideways, and the player can march by tilting the Wii Remote left and right. Marching while tilting forward or backward will have the player move accordingly,
I think I'm good.
and then they can jump by pressing 2. Additionally, the player can change the camera angle by pressing 1 and reset the game by pressing plus. Mies from your console can be seen in this minigame, now turned into little circus puppets. There's also these tiger characters, which I believe have never appeared in any other game if I'm not mistaken. I know Wii Party had animals, but nothing like these. Though this circus minigame was never officially released, developer Hirosato Funaki hinted at its existence during the Same Iwata Asks interview from earlier.
We thought of a game in which you would crush cans as you walked, and rhythm games, but our opinions differed, so we thought of Unicycle as something developing that walking movement and made a prototype.
The last unused minigame was internally named MG111, and it was an action game set in the ocean. The object seems to be
No
to
more
swim
lag?
through as many gold rings as possible within a time limit. The Wii Remote steers a dolphin, and the player can press A to swim slower and B to swim faster. The HUD, which is mostly non-functional, includes an overhead map and a point meter that uses the cone zone points icon. Mies and boats hold even more gold rings over the water, which you can reach by jumping at high speed. You can also go pretty deep under the water too in this minigame, which I think is a pretty neat touch. The ocean floor is quite detailed and lively here. There's coral reefs, fish, hell, on the surface there's even an entire island. It doesn't look like much is up there, but it makes me wonder if this environment was ever meant to appear somewhere else, or if they made it entirely for this unused minigame. Alongside these 3 unused minigames,
I didn't grab
there's
the
also an unused
freaking
minigame,
helmet.
that being this little telescope one where you can look at a bunch of Mies running through this pink and green room. There's also another unused minigame in the files that goes by MG161, which would have supported up to 4 players, had 50 levels, and supported vertical Wii Remote controls, but there's nothing to show for this minigame aside from that information. Overall, I liked the games that they didn't use for Wii Play Motion. I think if they were actually fully developed and worked properly, they could certainly be better than Treasure Twirl, Star Shuttle, and Flutterfly. Speaking of Flutterfly, that minigame had a couple of unused stages which didn't make it to the final game. There's not much interesting stuff I can say about these levels, although the big green fan obstacles sometimes have no
Definitely
collisions,
gonna
so you
save.
can right through them, which is
Quit.
odd. Moving on to a little obscure fact that I learned about the Trigger Twist minigame. If you got to the second stage of this minigame, you'd know that you must defend yourself from ninjas trying to throw stars at you. However, only in the PAL release of the game, these ninjas do not appear as human ninjas, and rather take on a robotic appearance. I have no clue why this change was made, possibly because of the depiction of violence, if you'd even like to call it that. This isn't actually the first time, though, that Mii characters were given different appearances.
Yeah, we're gonna restart stream here. I will be back very shortly. I'm just gonna do a full PC reset. Don't go nowhere, y'all. BRB. If you can, it would be huge. Could you copy like the number up there that I have on my live split? And could you type it when I come back? Because I think it resets my timer. Like it'll change it and I'll have to find it. 18. If you could type 18,07, 45.54 and then like copy it,
OIGY.
it'd be huge. Let me know when and I'll ender.
I am writing it down 1 sec.
Bet.
Got it.
Bet I will be